Hey everyone, so I just pulled in. I got to the bin site this morning. Dad's on his way here. He was already spreading fertilizer this morning at the next field that we need to go to. It's a couple miles down the road. I already have the 8410 and the air seeder there parked, ready to go. But the problem is it's empty. So we have some seed sitting here at the bin site. We need to reload the seed tender. The thing is that this is for a customer. We're doing a custom job. So it's like 100 some odd acres, and we need to get his seed loaded up in the tender and not mixed with ours. So our seed, there's still some left in the front compartment, and then we're gonna load up his. He's got 2 boxes and then a pallet of bags, so it should all fit in the back compartment of the tender. And then once we get that loaded up, I can start planning. We really don't have too many farms yet to do. I have this stop here, which will take me all day to do. Then after that, I have 2 more stops. So planting season's starting to wind down. I am no-tilling the rest of it. So that speeds things up quite a bit. You know, we're not waiting for the tillage tractor. We are still rolling pretty much everything. So Dad's pulling on now with the 8100 and the fertilizer spreader. So I'm gonna get out and we're gonna load up some seed. We got the 4320 here. That's kind of our forklift for down here at the bin site. So we have these bags here. We're gonna load into that box, make it a little bit easier instead of trying to rip open the bags and dump them into the trailer. We'll just dump them in the box, then pick up the box and raise it over the tender, and that'll be a little bit easier.
I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. You got those pretty eyes in your head, you know it. You got me dancing in my bed, so let me show it. You are exactly what I want, kinda cool and kinda not. Wanna give myself to you. Yeah, we're driving down the freeway at night. I only got one thing in the back of my mind. I'm feeling like this might be my time to shine with you, with you, with you. I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on
It's a lot easier than trying to get these bags up here. That was box number 2. Got one more. So these are the customers, these are ours. Should fit. It doesn't dump exactly center, so I'm having them dump the last box on this half of the trailer, so that way I don't have to sit there a shovel on it. That should fit. Well, it all fit, so that's good. I did have to shovel a little bit. It's getting pretty close to the edge there. So the tender's all loaded. Dad just hooked on the roller with the 8100. He's gonna go roll what I planted yesterday, which is about 80 acres. And then he'll probably start rolling behind me later this afternoon. Well, I'm loaded. I'm gonna start heading out back and then working my way back up towards front, towards the road. And by that time, I'll probably need to get reloaded a little bit. It's just a little bit narrow for this. Mr. Austin, what are you doing? Hold on. See you later, mister. Thanks for your help. See you later. So it's a little after lunch now. Dad finally got here with the roller and the 8100. He unhooked that, hooked on the fertilizer spreader. He's got to spread one more load in front of me. Then when he gets empty, he can hook back on the roller and go behind me. So just got done loading what's left of the customer soybeans into the air seeder. So the back of the seed tender is now empty. So it's the next day here. Got the farm done last night, but we didn't get it rolled. The 8100 is acting up. I think he said it was a wheel speed sensor, and it kept wanting to pop into neutral as he was driving over to that farm. So before it gets worse and we end up straining somewhere, we're just gonna park the 8100, We unhooked the 8130 from the corn planter. We're gonna use the 8130 to finish rolling. So that's what we were doing this morning, is just getting that hooked up. But he's gonna head over and start rolling the fields that I planted yesterday. I got that farm done. So, long story short, we're gonna put the 8130 on the roller now. We're gonna drop the seed tender off right now at my next stop, which is probably 5 miles away from where I was planting yesterday. So we'll leave that where I'm gonna be working all day today. It's about 100 acres. Here, still very wet. I shouldn't even been driving in there. It didn't look too bad. It looked a little dark, but yeah, I was tracking it up pretty good. The 8410 with these big tires on it has saved me a handful of times. If I was pulling this with the 8100 or something, I don't think the outcome would have been the same. I probably would have been sitting right there. Triangle piece here. It's hard to tell on camera, but everything on the other side of the fence line I already planted, and then you can see the barn down there. That's where the seed tender's parked. So I just got this little piece here to do, and then go down the road. This is it, the start of the last piece. I'm gonna do the headlands first, and then we'll fill in the rest. This is the first farm that I had to avoid some wet spots in. There is some tile in here. I'm not exactly sure where it all is. I think it's some rainbows. You can see the water bubbling up right there. That's a tile trying to push water out. Dad brought the tender and the pickup out here, and he also showed up with the 8130 and the roller now. So it won't be too long, he'll start catching up to me. Well, this is it, last pass. I don't know if I can really call it the last day of planting, because those wet spots I was driving around a little bit earlier are gonna come back, fix the tile outlet, and it's supposed to be like another 10 days of sunshine. So those spots will dry out. So the plan is we're gonna leave this here and just let it sit until those spots dry out. So I got a couple acres that we're gonna have to plant yet. But besides that, this is kind of the last day of planting, last full day of planting. I'll probably have to come back and plant some beans for an hour. So we're gonna leave the air seeder here. I'm gonna make sure I have enough soybeans in the drill so we don't have to bring the tender back here. I don't think we're gonna keep the roller down here. We'll just plant it and not roll it. It's not worth keeping it down here. We're gonna get the corn planter moved home in the next day or so. So get that home, get it cleaned up, and yeah, start putting it away, cleaned out, put away for the rest of the summer, winter time until next year. I gotta add a couple units worth of soybeans in the air seeder because this thing's getting pulled out of here and not coming back. So I gotta make sure I have enough to do those wet spots. Probably sometime next week. I think that's gonna do it for this video. So as usual, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.